Hello, and welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 672. I had to squint a little bit for that. My name is Laura, also known as Lala.
I am Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les. Today is, I don't know what's happening.
November 1st.
Yep, it's the 1st of November, 2024. So remember to go and vote if you are in the States. Don't know if you've heard that there is a presidential election happening.
But vote down the ballot because every election is important.
This is true. I know that they do voting at your school. Is that where you vote? No, of course not. That would be too easy.
I vote over here at the college.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good because that's right by your house then. Yeah, it's Friday evening and we're recording. And
we have a fail along in a couple minutes, which is exciting.
Yeah, so we're
like
getting
in an hour.
All the things done. Just like checking them off. So, knitting. You're currently unknitting. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. In my quest to finish projects, I went into my project bin, and I had a V-back neck sweater that I had knit most of the sweater and tried on, and it did not work for me. So I am ripping it out, and I am going to reclaim this yarn and knit it into one of Sheena Lyons Designs, the like vest, because I really like that pattern. And this is Volmiza DK.
Is that the Peppermint Prince color?
One of them is. Yep, this is Peppermint Prince. So it's too nice of a yarn to just sit around and languish, and it's already been languishing for like 2 years. So I am going, and I rescued needles. I rescued a pair of signatures and a pair of Lickas. So I am going to rip this back and probably rewash the yarn. It's been living in a chicken boots bag, and as I've been ripping out, I had started ripping back a while ago. I have all these little balls of yarn and a swatch that I can rip back. I never got gauged with this project. That was part of the issue, and it's knit on the bias. So time to reclaim, and then I have this as well. So lots and lots of Volmiza DK that I can use in a different gorgeous project.
Yeah.
So that is that is what I am doing as we are recording. I have one work in progress that is being actively worked on. And it is kind of weird looking.
Do you need some hands?
No, I just need things to not be weird. So this is the Leila sweater. I am at the point where it has divided for the fronts and the backs. So that's the back that's on holders. And the fronts are in progress. It is an oversized vest style sweater. I'm using some hand spun that I spun from Into the World in the Just Pretentious Enough colorway, which is very fitting, along with some Modern Daily Knitting Rambouillet, which is their Atlas base. Yep, that's that gray that's also at the top.
Oh, okay.
So, and then the front band will all be the gray as well, and the sleeves. So yeah, lots of knitting done on that. I finished the left fronts. And I'm currently that's the left front, and I'm currently working on the right front. This is being knit, these are worsted weights on size 3 needles, I believe. 4s. So worsted weight on size 4s. I have a little stitch stopper. He's very cute. He's definitely making my day.
Yeah.
So, yep, those are in progress, and yeah. I also have another project that I have to finish. Are you okay?
I just realized I forgot something. Can you talk for a second?
So as I was going through my whip bin, I also found a gnome in progress. So I think all I have are like its feet or something. You see what I got. And I can't tell you which gnome it is because I don't know because there is no paper. I think I knit the nose. So I have the nose, and that was it. Pretty sure that was it. So nope, there's something there too. So I need to go look through my gnomes patterns, which there are a lot of, and try to figure out which gnome I was working on with that wee little nose. and one piece of something. So I will figure that out and then repick that back up. And it is a hot mess.
The most recent gnome that she did was friggin' adorable.
She does really cute. And her book is adorable. We'll talk about her book sometime in the future when we've had more of a chance to look through it. And I plan on knitting some stuff out of it for sure. But yeah, so that's my works in progress. That's my future whip down plans. That once I finish that gnome, that'll put me at 4 out of 5. That was my goal for the year. So I'm not going to count ripping stuff out, although I do have a good bit of stuff that I am going to rip out. And then at the end of the year, we'll do a update on where I am with all my whips.
I'd love to do like a recap at the end of the year, just to see like what you wanted to do at the beginning of the year and how that changed over the course of the year. Yeah,
absolutely. I think that'd be fun.
That would be a really cool, maybe a Patreon thing. Who knows?
Yeah, that would be a fun Patreon thing.
Okay, so what I'm working on that I put down in the middle of a row because I'm classy that way.
I mean, I don't think it has to do with class. I just think it has to do with time management sometimes.
So I'm working on a pair of socks. This is out of the Crossroads colorway of Knitterly Things, also known as Vesper. This is a 72 stitch sock. I think I might make them for your dad.
Oh, he'd like that a lot. He loves orange.
Yeah, and it's like it's not an overly feminine, not that he would care.
He wouldn't care.
Colorway, but
orange is his favorite.
Yeah, so it's like a happy, bright.
Which is perfect because they moved to Tennessee country.
Yeah, so yeah, I think these are going to be for Wheezy. I'm knitting them my typical 72 stitch sock on size 1, 2.25 millimeter needles. And then the other thing that I'm working on is a sweater, which I think I also put down in the middle of the row, because that's just how I roll. This is the Farmhouse Cardigan by Amy Christophers. I am very close to putting binding off for the pocket, and then joining the little pocket linings that I already knit. I've got 2 more rows before that happens. So it's about 7-ish inches. I think I've got 4 buttonholes, somewhere in that neighborhood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttonholes. I don't know how many there are. I'll just keep going until...
Yeah, what buttons are you going to use?
No idea.
Okay.
I like to plan.
No, that's fine. I just know I have some buttons to show, so...
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I don't know. I haven't decided. But, yeah, so I'm knitting. This is a DK weight yarn that I'm knitting on 5.5 millimeter needles, US size 9 needles. And this is Why Not. It's a Targhee wool that by the dyer is called Why Not, Knot.
She's a Michigan-based dyer.
The Scholar base, and it's a beautiful red. With very little color variation. Not that that would be a bad thing, but just this particular colorway doesn't have a lot of color variation, but it's a beautiful light.
It's more of a semi-solid.
Yes, thank you for knowing words.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. So, yeah, this is what I'm working on, but not right now because it requires the alternating of knits and purls, and I'm not there in my brain space right now.
Which is allowed. But you have some finished objects.
I do. Oh, and I'm also working on a crochet blanket.
Oh, okay. I totally thought you finished that.
No,
so
well, I mean, I'm out of yarn, but I think I'll do an edging of some sort and something else. But I knit this on a giant hook, or I crocheted, not knit, on a giant hook, which I put somewhere. A Q hook, which I think was like 15 or 16 millimeters, maybe even more than that. And some Lion Brand yarn that I got on sale at Michael's. But it's just a happy little baby blanket. And it's single crochet stitch. Again, I just needed like a brain rest, but my hands needed to be busy and not on TikTok. So, And I did finish something as well. So I finished my rocket tee.
Second week of a sweater. Good job, dude.
So it is lovely. I am very happy with it. Sorry, that was my phone reminding me to do something that I did already. So, yeah, I'm very happy with it. I was worried about the I-cord curling at the bottom. I don't think it's going to. At least not overly so.
You blocked it.
I did. I wet blocked it, so I let it stay pretty wet. I didn't spin out the water. I wrung it or squeezed it gently to press out the water, but I didn't wring it or spin it out, so it was still pretty wet when I laid it down, which I did intentionally after Laura suggested it.
Because you wanted a little bit more growth.
Yeah, I wanted it to grow a little bit lengthwise, and it did. So I'm thrilled with it. I think that if I could do anything over, I would maybe add an inch to the sleeves. But aside from that, like, it's perfect. It's beautiful. The colors came out amazing. I am super stoked with it. The pattern was very easy. The I-cord edging did kind of feel like a slog, but I do love the way that it looks. So, like, it's worth it to me to have that nice, clean edge. So, yeah, it's finally done. Finished, or started the first part of July. Second or third week of July. And finished...
Nope. First week of July. First week of July.
Was it?
July
Okay.
5th or 6th. Mm-hmm.
So, yep.
Something like that. Something in there.
3 and some months. Almost 4 months. But I wasn't working on it very aggressively for most of that. So, but yeah, I really loved it. Knitting with Laura's hand spun is always a joy because it's just beautifully done. And
thank you.
I have a whole nother skein of 750 yards plus what was left of this, which probably isn't a lot. It might be like 50 yards. But still, like that plus another yarn, that's a sweater. So I can maybe get 2 sweaters out of this. So I'm stoked about that.
And you have your own fiber to spin too.
And I do. I do have my own fiber to spin. But I don't know that my spinning is up to snuff to being combined with your spinning.
I think it's great.
So, but you finished some stuff too.
I did. I finished 2 items. So I finished my Halloween cowl.
This came out
this is
so amazing.
Haunted House cowl. It was Telly Bean's mystery pattern from last year, not this year.
The 2023 one.
And so I used a good bit of Miss Babs, but also Leading Men and Marigold Jen in it, as well as some other dyers.
So she put the colors together herself. It didn't come in a kit. I thought she did a really good job with that.
Well, thank you. So, yep, I wore it on Halloween. I got it done late the night before, blocked it, and wove in the ends the next day while wearing it. I had woven in probably around 20 of the ends, and then I was like, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, it was like 10 o'clock at that point.
So, yep, it is done. Very excited. She just showed pictures of this year's, so that is very tempting. I don't know how many Halloween cowls I need, but perhaps 2.
Yeah.
So that is done.
It's so beautiful.
And then I finished the baby sweater. So this is out of another Crafty Girl. This was her 3 Sisters Club colorway. I had intended to color block the sleeves as well and totally forgot. But this just needs to be blocked. And then I got little buttons from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. It's got 3 buttonholes.
That's so cute. That's a really good combo of the buttons with the...
Thank you.
The colorway.
So they do a great job. They do custom buttons. So you can pick the size and the acrylic that you want, and they'll cut it to size for you and make buttons. I love Sarah's yarn. It's amazing. It was so nice to work with. I cannot wait to see what else she has in store for her club colors coming up. Last month's was gorgeous as well, so that will be on the needles soon. But yeah, so this will go into the bin because the baby is already 12 pounds.
Oh, wow.
He's 2 weeks old.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not shaming that
His
baby.
dad came back to work today.
Oh, okay.
So he's been off for 2 weeks. But yeah. So that is complete besides the buttons and the blocking. So some good progress this week.
Yeah.
For sure on some things. But that is it for me. I have no spinning because I was really trying to get that haunted house cowl done for Halloween.
And you did. By the skin of your teeth, but you definitely did.
And that was my third finished object that was a work in progress because I had started that as the clues came out last year and got into clue 5 and then went on vacation and realized I cannot do color work with other people talking to me. So it kind of sat in timeout for a while. But yeah. I need to practice my color work and get better at it.
You say that, but I think your floats are amazing.
Well, thank you.
Like, that is something I struggle with, is getting nice, flat color work. Like, I'm not great at that.
The Doodle deck lady, Jamie Lomax, maybe? Jamie something, just put out another cup cozy pattern that has some new charts. So I got that. And I might need some cup cozies to practice some color work. I think that's a great, like, no stress.
Yeah.
But also I can do it out of hand spun bits and bobs.
And you get a gift at the end.
Yeah, and it will be good to have some on hand to gift to people for sure. So, and I definitely have lots of GK scraps when it comes to my hand spinning. So yeah. That might be the new plan. And our dinner is here.
Yeah.
But we'll get it in a second.
So Laura didn't get any spinning done this week, which is unlike Laura. Spinning is like Laura's zen happy place usually, unless she's against a deadline. As far as books, like I reread or re-listened to 14 by Peter Clines, which is a sort of mostly modern fiction with a sort of cosmic horror kind of twist. I really love it. I listen to it at least once a year because it's just like comforting to me. And I'm reading the second book in the Shepherd King series called The Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. And this stuff, everything we talk about is linked in our show notes, and our show notes are on our website, which is TheKnitGirlls with 3Ls.com. What about books for you?
So I read a section of the Traditional Bower's Bible, which is about archery, because one of my coworkers came to me a couple weeks ago, and he is custom making his own bow, and asked if I had flax.
Yeah.
So I gave him some flax top that I bought from Hip Strings, which was lovely, and used in a project for Ply Magazine. And had probably an ounce left over, which his wife thanked me for at a football game that night a lot, because his deal with his hobby is he can have hobbies, but they can't cost a lot of money. So, because he's got 2 young kids.
Yeah.
So he brought me the Bower's Bible to read on the spinning of archery. Now I can't remember the name, but the, like, thread parts that you pull back for archery. Y'all are screaming at me. Yeah, and I did read it, but it's been a long day. So it's really interesting. He spins his using a drill, because it's such a short length of yarn that he can just kind of butterfly it off and then ply it going the opposite way on a drill, which was really interesting.
That's smart.
I did tell him if he wanted Ramy or Silk to try, that I could also provide those. So we've had a very interesting, like, crossover craft discussion going on. So that's really kind of fun. And he is one of the sponsors for our STEM club. So I might do some stuff with Fiber Arts and that for them. So we'll see. They were making bat boxes the other day.
Yeah, that was something I always wanted to do.
So yeah, that is primarily what I've been reading. I did finish a very short, like, in-between picture book and middle grade type book, like early elementary book, called Gumluck the Wizard, that I was looking that I might use with one of my special education classes. So I read that and previewed that, but really it's just been working on getting that Fair Isle knit in quiet because it just takes a lot of focus.
Yeah.
But yeah, and my ball is getting bigger, which is exciting, and this is getting smaller.
It's disappearing into the ether.
Also, also very exciting. Or Into the Ball. Which Into the Ball would be a good name.
No, I've already chosen it because you were holding your thing up and you said I need it to not be weird. That's the episode title.
There you go.
Because we are planners here.
So I think that's about it for us. Thank you so much to all our Patreons and all our viewers as well. We always appreciate y'all. So we will see Patreon people tonight, which this will not be up before then.
Definitely not.
But yeah, super fun. Thank you again for watching, and we will see y'all next week.
Yep.
Bye, y'all.